Hello everyone, welcome back to the continuation for our JPACT Job Placement Verified Training. 8th May, and we are going live with our coding challenges. So in previous sessions, we did a lot of good progress on the questions and answers part. So we were going through a lot of topics one by one, digging deeper. That was the whole point. So almost like a revision chapters for us from a concept perspective. Now here are the above coding challenges, team, and what I'm expecting you to do. 1A is share your screen. B is start coding in Java, Python, or C#. You could pick any one, team. And then run and show the program. So here are the ones, team. Now, I know some of you mentioned that, Lakshmi, I think you said you don't have a mic or something. That's fine. You can even go through this and show it visually to us. Now, team, with these questions, who wants to raise your hand and start trying a program? And in this, please, there's nothing right or wrong about it. Just give it a try. I will guide you. And team, I specifically am repeating this. For those members who are little new, I can understand, but for those who've been attending for a while, I expect you to do this, team. I don't sometimes see you active. This is the one and only way you can really get your hands-on practice, and also in a way that you can show it to someone. So when you can present it to someone, you can freely speak about it in an interview or a project. Okay, I'm waiting for the hands to be raised now. So take one and start to code in live in front of me. Anyone? Pick any of these five. You might have coding challenges and theory questions. Any of them is fine. Right, team. So looks like none of our members are looking to be ready, but let's see. I'm having a few. Madhuri.
Hi, Karthik.
Hello.
Yeah, I just did the number 5, print the maximum from a list or a list in Python.
Okay. Can I make it presented? We can see that. That's more like what we saw as a direct output from a list.
Yes.
This is an available function, and that's fine. It works that way. If you let's assume not what you had, and your list was not in that order or something, then what? And let us say even if you want to find an element. So can we try the same without using the inbuilt function?
Without using max function?
Using loops, stand. That's the basic concept of how we can go through.
Okay.
How about, like, let us say if you want to print a rectangle, I don't think you'll have anything standard for it. Let's run this. So this is not a sorted list, and it could have specific rows, right? And just add after 40, let's add a fifth item as 15, and then maybe under 25. So always give data that you feel that, yeah, it's in a way that can be tested also correctly.
Okay.
Can we create our own max function?
Oh, okay.
So what can the logic be? Just a basic logic for that. Can you think through?
We can do like while loop. Say like my list value.
Mm-hmm. What's the logic we can think of?
While my list value is less than 40.
Right?
Like
Can we write the code like that?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Let me try to write and show what I'm looking at. Just
Okay.
basically, then I would want the team to try on it. Can I use your
Okay,
screen,
sure.
please?
Yes, Karthik.
So here, what I will do, I will say that there is my max. Okay. So that's a number. Right now, I'll say 0. There's nothing in it.
Okay.
What I want to do is go through each item in that list. So how do I go through each item in that list? So I'll say for I in my underscore list.
Mm-hmm.
So here my basic comparison is if I is greater than my max,
Okay.
then I will say the new value of my max equals see what I'm doing by this is the default value, and we are going through each item in the list.
Mm-hmm.
Key point, checking if current item is more than the earlier max, or that's my max. In that case, what I'm doing is hash, then take the value of I into my max. So
Okay.
here now, this is the value I equal to this form. Else,
Yes.
what I do in this case? I'll say else. My max, I won't do anything. There's nothing to do. Nothing to do. Go to the next item in my underscore list.
Mm-hmm.
So for each item, I go and see if it is max, then I'll replace the old max. If it is not, then nothing. Go to the next one. It will complete the entire one, and
Oh,
hopefully we will have this. I'm not even sure of the logic, but at least we can test and see now. So
yes.
this will get here, and here after I'm done with this, I'll say print custom max gives value of comma my max. Hopefully that will have the same value here. Let us see how this is.
Okay. So I have a question, Karthik.
Yes, please.
So in interview, is it better to use like inbuilt max or we need to show this for
Inbuilt
list?
commands, you can use it anywhere you want, not a problem.
Okay.
Now, let's say I asked you, okay, can you please write your own function like this max function? Then how would you write it? logic. Can you explain me how the logic could be inside?
Def, max, my max, define.
No. I'm just saying. So at that time, for us, we should be able to think of that code and talk about that code. Oh, this is how the max function should be working. Maybe.
Okay.
Let's run this. Line 13.
Mm-hmm.
What does it say? Print indentation error. Okay, so there's nothing here in else. That's the problem. I'll just actually what I can do at that time is nothing in else, so that is the problem. So I'll comment this
Oh,
also.
okay.
That's done. So both print 40, but I'm not sure. So let's say I convert this to 115 and I run it again. So both are getting us the value. So seems to be they're working in a decent manner for us.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if that as the first value, I can print that. Now, the reason I'm saying this is I can put also things like my position equals to 0.
Mm-hmm.
Ting, ting, ting. So here I'll say my position plus 1. What am I trying to do is also print this is default values. I'll just try and write this logic and explain. So here my POS equals max position. Max position. The largest number is in which position? And that will be my max POS. So look at it this way.
Yes.
I have my position as a counter. It will keep on incrementing each time by 1. If for else does not. Only when it finds that max has been met, then it will give that position to my max position. So hopefully this should also print the position for us. So the first one saying 0, but if I make this back to 10 and run, then it is saying 5. So if I do 330 here, then it is saying 2. So that is also working for us. I'm able to get the position. So anything that you're able to custom do with it.
Okay.
So, yeah, the idea that I wanted is, are we able to understand the logic behind it?
Okay.
Very nice. Thank you for taking that
Yeah.
lead,
It's
Madhuri.
very nice, Karthik. Nice code.
Excellent. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
See, it gets interesting when we start small, but let us say I have enough time. Now that in this session we are having time, we could take some time, patiently write a nice code.
Okay.
And as you practiced it, you don't have to refer to write such a code anywhere. Okay, so this amount of code you should be able to simple write that logic. Now, what is the beauty of Python is that same thing that I've used so many lines, I'm able to do it in one command. Inbuilt functions are good. So is for Java and so on.
Mm-hmm.
Good one. Thank you, Madhuri.
Thank you, Karthik. Thank
Who else, team? Anyone wants to give it a try for any of the other questions? open the presenter back. Now, using the same code, you can also do find an item in an array. Madhuri, can you share that code to us on Skype? I'll put it as the code
Yes,
here.
sure. I will share.
Thank you. Now, you can modify this earlier code. See, give to find an item. So same code. The only difference then will be instead of greater than, we'll write are they the same? That's what it is. Manasa, print rectangle. Do you want to show me what we're doing? Divya, sure. Let me make it present there.
Hi, Karthik, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Yeah, can you see my screen? I just did with the rectangle pattern.
Sure. Let's see what we did first.
Okay, sure. So to print the rectangle, I took a star as a pattern. So I took for the two for loops, for the rows column, for the rows, I took the I for loop, and for the columns, I took the J for loop. So I'm printing the star for the 5 times. I mean, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 times.
So very nice.
Yeah.
And to get a rectangle, let's make J as 15 in row 8. Yes, let's try.
Okay, J less than 50 you're saying, Karthik?
Not 5015.
Okay.
So now it's coming more like a square for us with both
Yeah.
being 5. Now let's try 5 and 15.
Okay, that's it, Karthik?
Yes, please. Now comes the next part. I don't want any of the stars in between. They should only be in the border.
Okay.
So
I need to...
you understand it should be like a box with nothing inside.
Okay.
So we should think of a logic where when do we print a star and when should I print a space? So keep your star. So this works for star. This is not incorrect. Now you have to decide using a logic that when I should print a star and when I should print a space.
Sure.
See, basically, I'll tell you the concept. Let's iterate from line number 6. When I read through my line number 6, I will be 0. Correct?
Yeah.
J is 0. So you're printing the first star.
Yeah.
And then I is 0, J is 1. Second star.
Yeah.
That is fine.
Yeah,
Now, that is for I is. So here is how I would like to maybe enhance the code. Let's try it with the if I can.
Yeah, sure, Karthik.
And let's save this as version. So your first version won't get messed up. Anytime you change your code, you're experimenting, so things can go wrong. So we want to make sure they're that. Now here, what I will do to start with, I will say the height, h, okay, height for height, let's like v height. equals 5, and this is an integer, and this is the next one. I will put a width. So this becomes parameters to start, and I can drive based on this. That's 5 and 50. So here I will say v height, and I will say v width. Let's see. Now I made certain changes here. So let's run it as is. So that way we know there's nothing wrong with what we did. Oh, there's nothing. See, star was missing for us. Let's rerun. Is it okay if I check this box? Always save
Yeah,
this. Save it. Now what are we saying? I want a logic. Here, for the first row, let's go to the second row. Okay, that means that there's a logic here. So if first or last row, okay, and then comes another if first or last column. See how I'm trying to think of my thought, the logic, and then applying it here. So my logic is, if it is the first or last row, then we will do anything. So how do I know if it's first or last row? I'll say if I equals 0, then I know it's a first row. So what do I want to do? I want to print all the stars. Okay. I'm getting confused. So for the first row, we'll print everything. Or there's an or here. I equals v height minus 1. So it's either reached the last or the first row, and we will print everything. Okay. And so let's see what happens. In this case, there'll be an else statement. Else, what I will do now, similarly, this is getting simpler. Print all stars. J in this case, and J in this case, and V fit. So we're going this way now, horizontally. And I'm saying if J equals to 0 or V width minus 1 is this, then I'll print a star. Else, see, so many if else comes in, right? I'll get lost sometimes, Steve. I know when I'm speaking, it might not be easy, but I want you to go back and maybe relook into this. But let us try. So what am I saying? Else print a space. So let's read this logic before we do an execution. So what is my logic? Let's navigate. So tick, 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 I'll come. First row. Is it first row? Yes, I'll print star one time. Then I'll come back. First row still printed. First row still printed. So this is good. If it is not first row, but if it is the first column or the last column, I'll print star. And else, if it is not first row, first column or last column. In between, I'll print a space. And v height and v width will become my inputs. Let's try this. There's an error. Save rectangle 2. I have. Let's do this. For this is for this, and the cells did not get closed. This is for. The code was very neat looking earlier, Divya, so I don't want to.
Okay.
And you see this logic also move to the next line is correct. That will be there, and I think we should have the syntax errors disappear. Now let's run with fingers crossed. There you go. Okay. So let's try with 7 and maybe 22. So I think the logic where we have to print a star and where we have to print a space was the one that I tried to put in. And since I know that I'm going to use the height and width again, parameterized. Now you can also take this inputs through a scanner from the user.
Hi Karthik, this is Madhuri.
Yes, Madhuri.
Yeah, can we try the same thing in Python too, like the same code?
Oh,
Can
yes. Yes. You want to do it now? You want to try?
maybe I'll try later, but I just want to know if you can try the same code in Python.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The logic is the same. It will not change an inch in Python.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, can Divya share the same code to the Java?
Madhuri, hear it.
Okay, thank you.
Team, I'll just show you the easiest way to share files. Don't copy paste. So rectangle2.java is there. Right click. It says show in. There you go. Show in System Explorer. It will take us to the package where all our files are there. So you can copy any of these .java files and send. The same you could do it for Python.
Oh, okay.
Okay, very nice. Team, that's good. If you give me a start, then it'll also motivate me to, work on those solutions and make them better. Fantastic.
Thanks, Karthik. I have one question regarding Python.
Yes.
Yeah. I got here something error, name error. I didn't know how to resolve it, Karthik. Can you please help me?
Sure. Let's try. So somewhere it says line 13. If my day equals sunny. So for as in, I think it's the same thing like dot equals to. Right. Let me see on my screen. Is your syntax correct or not is what I'm thinking.
Okay, sure.
X equals A, Y equals B. I'm just writing here on my screen. If X, I'm sorry, I'm just taking a second because I'm not seeing what the issue is there. Something similar at the end. Okay. Seriously. Where are we? If my day equals sunny. Okay. Name error. My day is not defined. So where is the value going into my day? Just scroll up. So where is my day value coming in? It's only coming in. Where are we putting sunny to it?
I just define near the line 10 itself.
Correct. So line 10, right? But
Mm-hmm.
now line 10 will only happen if A and B are the same.
Okay.
Okay, so there is no value into my day before that. So what you need to do is define my day as no day to start with.
Okay.
This is called default value.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, what is happening? Only in the case where A equals to B, my day is coming. So let us say you didn't have a definition for it, but in this
Okay.
case, if these two were the same values, and then it will go through that execution there. See, now my day equals to sunny, line 20 now. My mood. See, again, my mood is not set here. There's an do you see the space or indent? You have to be very careful with those.
Okay.
Not give just random spaces there. Why is there a space here? There should be an indent correctly. And this, look at here then. So it will have always. It will take us correctly there. There's one extra space again here. So now this code is set. See, like you defined my mood is good here. That's nice. You have to define my day as being sunny, or something to be.
Okay.
Only we have this condition, right? Or you should everywhere my day equals to sun. Now let's run. See, now the error came on line 20. That means whatever it wanted to do on line 13 earlier was the issue that is solved. Now the issue was in the next line of code. Now it's disappeared. So either to initialize it,
Okay.
so that it doesn't fail, or put value in every condition. Without putting a value into my day, you cannot do a comparison. That is the rule from any language.
Thanks, Karthik.
Sure, you're welcome. What I was trying to do was seeing if it's got to do anything with dot equals or anything in Python, and no, text is correct. And little careful on the spaces and indents with Python. We don't have the curl brackets surrounding it like we do in Java.
Yeah, sure, Karthik.
Thank you, Divya. Very good. Excellent.
Yeah, thank you, Karthik.
Great. Anyone else, team? Trying any other code? I have another 5-6 minutes. Maybe the presenter. So Divya, you have the code for this. Check for leap year. Convert text into camelCase. This is a good one, team. You should try them. Team, it was just a couple of you, but at least it was interactive. Good couple of questions that we could get to, and how we have to think through the logic and so on. So please participate more. That way it motivates me also to do this session. Otherwise, it can be boring for all of us. But you do a little programming, then we can do a lot together. And any of these, once you start sharing your screens and show me this is what I'm doing, it doesn't have to be just a technical issue. What you're working on, I could really add value there.
Hi,
All right.
Karthik.
Sorry, go ahead.
For Fibonacci sequence, I have a code. Like, can you please check it? Like,
Sure, let's do that. I have a few more minutes. What's Fibonacci sequence, everyone?
hello.
Team? Yes, can you put it in the chat, everyone, what a Fibonacci sequence is? Okay. Madhuri, can you explain what it is?
Um, is it n-1? I forgot the formula actually.
Hmm. I don't remember the formula, but I remember what it is.
Okay.
The Fibonacci sequence is primarily where a number is nothing but the sum of the previous two numbers. So
Yes.
0 and 1 being your first two numbers. Then how do we do that? So 0 plus 1, the third number will be 1. Second and third number, 1 and 1, that will become 2. And then it
Yes.
will be 3, and 2 and 3 will be 5. 5 and 3 will be 8. 8 and 5 will be 13. And so on. So it is the addition of the previous two numbers.
Yes.
So there are my, and looks like you have it that way. You know, initially two numbers A, B, I'm not sure. Or let's run this. But now, what is it that we're giving? And it will give us a value, is it?
It's asking like how many numbers you want in.
So let us say 5 numbers. The formula is not correct.
Okay.
Just go to Google and search once and see what is Fibonacci, what's it giving us.
Okay.
Fibonacci. Yeah, the first one. So look at the third image or look at any of those images. They'll give you the values too. Yeah, even that number. So see, yes, these are the numbers that we'll get and how you get it. So it's starting with 0, 1 basically. 1 plus 1 will be 2 and 3, 5 and so on.
Yes.
So our data is a little off from that.
Okay.
Let's see how. It'll be very simple team. Once you do it, it'll be wow, okay, this is cool.
Hello.
Right. Let's see how you team progress on these assignments. We'll see on Monday again. How's the status on the same? Thank you everyone then. Thank you Madhuri, Divya, both participating so actively. And do try Madhuri. Surely it is doing something logic a little bit somewhere. You can check once. It may be just a one character here or there and it should work.
Okay. Thank you, Karthik.
You're welcome. Take care. All right. Thank you everyone. Bye then. See you all next session. Take care everyone. Bye.